Hello, today I have MoYou London's The Cookbook Collection 04 to show you. This is a coffee themed plate. As you can see, I just love it. This is one of their, the images on this are regular size, not XL. So if you have longer nails, my nails are not, they're a little long, but they're not super long right now. You may have problems using these to get your whole nail, but the cool thing about them is if you want to make sure like you get all of this pretty pattern onto your nail, you're going to have an easier time with these smaller images than with the XL images. So let's take a look at what we have here. I think this is so adorable with the heart coming off of the cup there, and I love this coffee logo that actually goes right along with the coffee logo on their plate 03. They have the same logo on that, and then this with this swirly coming off if you're not necessarily a heart person. And I really adore these images here that it's like the designs that the baristas, when they have time to get fancy, put on the top of your drink. They put in the foam, but also, I think that they're going to look like really awesome water marble designs for people like me who are water marble challenged. And I like that these are, they're not exactly carbon copies of one another, but they play off different parts of the image or where you're going to put your polish. So more of your polish is going to show in this one than in this one. And I think so more of your polish is going to show on this one, and it's going to show on that background part than on this one. So you've got some versatility there. And I love that coffee lovers logo. What I'm calling the teapot looking coffee pot one on this one. You also have that same design on plate 03, but it's in the XL size. And then another of the on top of your coffee, water marble-y kind of designs, and then just the cute little coffee cups, and then the coffee logo with the beans. I love the espresso one and all the different drink containers, and then strong coffee, and get away from the light a little bit there. Coffee beans, so you can color these in. You could lead light them, or do a decal with them. Maybe you want different color coffee beans for some reason. And then coffee beans that are solid, so you don't have to worry about that. With the words to get across your fingers. And again, these, you have the equivalent of XL images on plate 03. And then you have just some swirlies here, some like flourishes that it's like steam coming off, and then a beautiful young lady blowing on her coffee, or maybe about to take a sip of her coffee. And again, because this is the regular image and not an XL image, you're probably going to be able to get all of that, or enough of that, onto your single finger so that the design is going to make sense. Just to do a quick comparison here, this is plate 03, so you can see here that, you get that same image here of the coffee beans, but you've just got a lot more of it. So if you're worried about being able to cover your whole finger, then I would suggest getting that plate if you know that you want that design or this design, and you want to make sure that you can cover your larger nails. But if you have the smaller nails, or you want to make sure you can get those designs here, then maybe you want the XL plate. We also have repeats of where is it? Repeats of that image, repeat of that image in the bigger size, repeat of that image. So basically this is a combination, this is like got a collage-y sort of setup to it, but it's an XL plate. And then one of the other cool things, if you have them both, is that notice that down here on this image, the steam part of this is what you've got in this image here, and that kind of flourish part here is what you've got there. So if you one of the reasons to get both of them like I did is so that I can play around with having those complementary images all together. So this is the equivalent of an XL plate, and this is the equivalent of your regular size images. So let's take a look next to the standard Conad, and just like with all of their regular size image plates, the images here are basically the same size as Conad, just a titch smaller. So if Conad works for you, you're going to be okay. If Conad, if you struggle to get Conad to cover your nail completely, like I do with my thumb, then these maybe you want to go for the XL plate. All right, I'm going to do a stamping test for you, and I will be right back with that. All right, let's take a look at the stamping test. I tried that one out, and it stamped beautifully. Very rich and even, and I love the effect that it gives on the nail. It doesn't quite look like a water marble, but it's very beautiful. You could use it for a feather, actually, I think. Anyway, it's very, very nice, and it's stamped very, very well. So I definitely think that this is a great plate. I will have stills and a sample manicure on my blog, and you can find links and everything in the information box down below. And thank you for watching.